Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talk Spicy. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. Thank you for joining me wherever you are joining me. Rate the show, comment, agree, disagree, but whatever you do, keep it spicy. 5-star ratings are appreciated. And if you're joining me if you're watching on my YouTube channel, make sure that you like it. Make sure that you subscribe. We are looking to hit the 2,000 subscriber mark here soon. And so definitely looking forward to that. I was frustrated the other day. I think it was either yesterday or Saturday. I got frustrated for a minute because I was talking about the issues that I have with minority quarterbacks and how most, not all, so please save your comment retorts, how most of them are covered, especially the ones who seem to have a more ethnic feel to them. Guys who embrace the quote unquote culture. They seem to be doubted more. They seem to be misevaluated more. They seem to have a more difficult time navigating the waters as an NFL quarterback, and even in some respects as a college quarterback. If we look at how some of these quarterbacks make meteoric rises up the draft boards without having stellar or meteoric careers, it's something that you can't ignore. So this weekend, when all of the rookie quarterbacks were in play or playing, getting their first opportunity, I dropped a tweet and I essentially paraphrased the quotes that I was hearing come out of, people who were watching said, quarterbacks play. And I found it interesting because I kept hearing people say certain things about some quarterbacks that they were not saying about the other quarterbacks. And that was frustrating to me. And I made a point to address it. I said, Mac checks down versus backups. That's Mac Jones. Checks down versus backups. And the going sentiment is, oh my gosh, he's so good. He's so poised. He can take Cam's job off checking down, like literally throwing for 3 yards a pop and 4 yards a pop. Trevor Lawrence, who struggled versus backups. People said, oh, well, he made some good throws. He's still getting his feet wet. He'll be fine. Zach Wilson was solid against backups. Not really that great. Don't know why he didn't play more. They went, oh, well, the Jets have found their guy. Plus, he has no help. Really? Okay. Trey Lance, a black man, but again, not one I would say who fully embraces or, is engulfed in what we know as that of that minority or black culture. He went 5 for 14, but he had one 80-yard touchdown pass, and they were like, Jimmy G's in trouble. Trey Lance is going to take his job. I was like, he went 5 for 14. Justin Fields comes in, and he lights up the place. And the sentiment that I heard, maybe not that you heard, whomever you're following or whatever, but what I heard was, well, let's see what he does against starters. Really? Like, that's what we're doing? So, Trey Lance, he's good. He's done. The man. Zach, done. He's the man. Trevor, he's the man. Mac, he's the man. Justin Fields, we want to see more. Why is it that we always want to see more when it comes to most, not all, but most minority quarterbacks? With Lamar Jackson, this is the year where he has to win a Super Bowl, supposedly. Well, he has to take his team to the Super Bowl in order to validate himself. Yet, Josh Allen, whom, if his name was Jaheim Allen, would be looked at completely different, has already arrived without taking his team to the Super Bowl. Both quarterbacks have been in the NFL for 3 years. Only one of them have been to the playoffs all 3 years. Only one of them has the most wins in the NFL during that time. His name's not Josh Allen. Josh Allen is, I believe, 2-1 in the playoffs because the first year they lost because he played horribly. And the second year, 2-2. And the second year, he won 2 playoff games, if I'm not mistaken. May have only won 1. He won 2 playoff games, and he lost 2. The 2 that he lost, he was not good in. Lamar Jackson has been to the playoffs all 3 years. He is 1-3, if I'm not mistaken. 1-3 in the playoffs. This past year, he was 1-1. He lost in the first year. He lost in the second year. And in those 3 games that he lost, people say he didn't play well. I actually disagree in a couple of them, or in one of them for sure. I thought he played great. I thought that other people let him down. And I thought other people let him down in some of the ones where you could say he didn't play great, and I wouldn't argue with you. But the narrative is different. Josh Allen doesn't have to win a Super Bowl. Baker Mayfield doesn't have to win a Super Bowl, even though they have been given everything. Everything. Baker Mayfield has been gifted 2 number 1 receivers. He's been gifted 2 number 1 running backs. He's been gifted 3 number 1 level tight ends, pass receiving tight ends. He's a young man who has been given offensive line help. They've improved the defense around him, and they've taken a lot of the playmaking responsibilities away from him because they've become a more run-centric team. So as it goes, Baker Mayfield has had a more easy time getting to where he wants to go, and yet I haven't heard anyone say, well, if Baker Mayfield doesn't win the Super Bowl, then he can't be validated. Haven't heard that from Josh Allen. Don't get me started on Sam Darnold. We all know Sam Darnold. And why didn't Sam Darnold play, this weekend in the preseason? He's in a new offense on a new team. Shouldn't he be getting out there to get some snaps, at least more than what he got? I don't understand that. My point is that as an educator, I have always operated underneath the guise that I could save everybody. Everybody can be educated. Everybody can be. And I still believe it. But what I've learned is it's not about whether everyone can. It's about how much I can do. And so I treat things like you treat things if you're a rescue swimmer. And the rescue swimmer's model is save as many as you can, swim as hard and as fast as you can, save as many as you can, and the rest belongs to the sea. The rest belongs to the sea. So as a teacher, I try to educate as many as I possibly can. As a coach, I try to coach up as many people as I can. As an evaluator, I try to give the word out to as many people as I can. But ultimately, I can't swim forever. at some point I have to take a break, and the C, the world, gets the rest. So if you want to know why I'm always talking about the treatment of minority quarterbacks and how they're evaluated, how they're covered, it's because I want to get that one person who hasn't seen it this way yet, who hasn't noticed it. And this might be that time that they actually start to notice what's going on. And if I'm able to save that one person, then I've done my job. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Talk Spicy. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. We do this thing a few times a week. Rate the show, comment, agree, disagree. But whatever you do, keep it spicy. 5-star ratings are appreciated. And if you're joining me on my YouTube channel, like, subscribe, all that jazz. This week, stay tuned. I'll have a couple articles out, hopefully a couple articles out from The Athletic. I have one out right now, my running back tiers. So go check that out on theathletic.com. Also, you'll see it posted on anywhere you follow me on my social media. Make sure you check out my Beaufort County Media Day interviews that are on my YouTube channel as well. We'll see you all later.